William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Ok. Păi mâine seara atunci. Aș fi vrut totuși până răsare soarele să mai vorbesc cu câteva persoane. Aici. Bani. Am zis eu că mă duc la culcare, dar aș mai cotrăbui prin spital un pic așa.
It's locked.
Bineînțeles că e încuiat. Ia din pe aici. Cred că am căutat deja, da. Și mai aveam câteva persoane de vorbit pe jos. În partea asta a spitalului. Aici ce? Loot. Aici e tipul ăla. Cu tine am vorbit? Pipa. Cred că nu, nu? Sau am vorbit cu Pipa.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Cum e viața în Londra? Da, am vorbit cu tine deja. De ce aveam impresia că n-am vorbit?
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Nu știu. Bun, hai să vedem pe aici cine mai e. Hei. Dumneata, cine ești?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansey's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansey has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Ce nesimțit.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr.
jealous.
Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Ia uzi. Ia din despre
Since your
Pembroke
tenure
Hospital mai
in this
bine.
hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansey, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation, they're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Da. De acord. Level 4 mesmerizing. Măcar am un indiciu despre tine. Waverly dezaprobă medicina modernă, metodele medicinei moderne. Ce vrei să ne întoarcem în Evul mediu? Ce vrei tu? Așa, ia să vedem. Da, mi-am dovedit valoarea ca practitioner.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Că ești pe lista mea. Am salvat multe vieți. Cunoașterea e o principală armă. Niciun motiv să-mi justific acțiunile. N-am niciun motiv să-mi
I
justific
don't see any
acțiunile.
reason why I should justify my actions to you.
That's true, Dr. Reed. The only judge has to be yourself. The question is, are you judging yourself hard enough?
Ai amintiri proaste din timpul când ai fost
It seems you have
în
bad
armată?
memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least
Da.
agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Vezi? Bine, la
Thank
revedere.
you for your time. We'll talk later.
Ok. Pe cine mai avem pe aici? Dorothy Crane. Tine am stat de vorbă?
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Da, am stat deja.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Pa. O să vin și la tine imediat. Mai văd un doctor aici. Hello.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be
Bună seara.
working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Un admirator?
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great
Strickland,
admirer of
huh?
your work, Dr. Reed.
Ia, zi-mi despre viața ta în Londra. Spune-mi un pic despre tine.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Ce te-a făcut să alegi
What
cariera?
made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Încântat de asemenea. Așa. Mă bucur pentru tine.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Așa e. Spune despre
I
experimentele
based
tale.
my technique on my
curious.
mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
Experimentele lui Theron în transplant de sânge n-au avut
You're
succes.
not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Da, într-adevăr. Spune despre
What
Pembroke.
can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea, but with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Par foarte optimist.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult
Așa e.
times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain
Yeah.
about our capacity to resolve the
E
situation.
o boală și atât.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the
Epidemie.
epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Ai nevoie de ajutor?
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Dacă am timp, trec. Ok, investigație. O investigație este disponibilă. Apasă tab ca să vezi investigațiile. Aha. Pot să încep o nouă investigație apăsând pe ea. Să-i zic track. Bun, avem 3 investigații în momentul de față. Ia suntem asta lui Milton, unde e exact aici în spatele spitalului. Cred că o să fac pe asta, cel puțin pe asta, înainte să mă duc la culcare. Să evoluez. Ia spunem despre metodele. De ce e Ackroyd împotriva metodelor moderne ale medicinei.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy
jealousy.
and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Ok. Te cred pe cuvânt momentan. Ia spune-mi despre metodele tale de
Tell me more
transplant
about your
al sângelui.
willingness to experiment with new medical
Transfusion.
techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed.
Bun.
Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Trebuie să rămâi neutru.
This personal
ca doctor
involvement could
întotdeauna
also
e
appear to be a
important să rămâi
lack
neutru.
of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes and fears. Not some biological
pe de
machine
altă
comprised
parte,
of blood, bones and
Ca
flesh.
doctor trebuie să discuți cu pacientul, nu poți să-l lași așa. Spunem despre domnul Fiddick. Povestea
Tell me
domnului
Mr.
Fiddick.
Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Aha. Deci am învățat despre ceva despre domnul Fiddick. Se crede vinovat pentru...
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
pentru rana pe care are. Mersi. Dă-te la o parte, că vreau să iau din dulap ceva. Mulțumesc. Bună seara.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see.
Am
Would you
discutat cu
mind
ei
telling me
deja.
more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Da. Spune un pic
Tell me
despre
about
tine.
yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Ia zi-mi despre
Are you
spital, cum ți se
satisfied with
pare?
your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness,
Da.
but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm
Okay,
afraid
yeah.
we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
De ce se
Tell me
ceartă
about the
doctorii,
doctors
deși
who are
deja știu?
arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Da. Deci am întrebat tot. Ceva personal. De ce te simți vinovat pentru rană?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Deci a murit nevasta din
How
cauza
could your
ta.
job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Te-ai lovit singur?
You can't hold yourself
Intenționat?
responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, doctor.
Da, înțeleg. Spune-mi un pic despre moartea nevastei.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
Nasol. Atât au murit așa de mulți în timpul
I'm sorry for your
bombardamentelor.
loss. So many died during the bombings.
Primul război
I
mondial.
served in France and witnessed the carnage
Foloseau
there.
I
zepelinuri
would like
atunci.
to say that she didn't suffer.
Da.
Truth is, I have no idea.
N-aveau avioane, adică avioanele erau
I just know that I'm all that my kids have.
foarte la început.
Poor little bleeders.
Da. Sunt copiii tăi în
How are
regulă?
your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Da. Ok, atât momentan.
Goodbye for now, Mr.
La
Fiddick.
revedere.
I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering
O
idiot.
scrisoare. Ce e pe scrisoarea asta? 2 noiembrie, Pembroke. Dragi copii, îmi pare rău că n-am putut să vă scriu înainte, dar sunt lovit foarte rău și mă doare când, probabil doare umărul când scrie pe hârtie. Nu vă faceți griji, tatăl vostru e în spital și de vreme ce imediat ce doctorii îmi vor repara umărul, mă voi întoarce. Bla 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 bla. Da, nasol. N-au ce mânca copiii că el nu poate munci. Că și am și ultimul indiciu despre
Good
el.
evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Nu chiar, dar mai am o întrebare. Pare
You
îngrijorat
seem
despre
worried about
familia
the
ta.
safety of your family. And it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915
Deja ți-a
during one of
zis
the
că a
first
murit.
Zeppelin raids. We never found her body.
1.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick.
Pare rău să
I'll see you
fiu...
later.
Că nu pare rău.
Knew the words to calm the children, Helen.
1000 XP.
As for me,
Interesant.
blundering idiot.
Ce se întâmplă aici? Bună ziua. Asta cine sunteți?
Good evening, madam.
Can I help you?
It's my son who needs
Seara,
you,
de
sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Spune despre
What can
dumneata,
you tell
cine
me
ești?
about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that
Ai bani,
matters.
Ești așa de
Are
bogată?
you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Ok. Cu ce te ocupi?
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Și asta ce înseamnă exact? Ai ceva plângeri despre cum ai fost
What do you
primită?
think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived, but we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Spune-mi mai mult, te
Tell me
rog.
more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Ți-a cerut bani
She
pentru
charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
Interesant. Da, nu e
I
normal.
share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Nu e tolerată nici aici. Numai că nu știa nimeni despre chestia asta, probabil. Ah, da, te-am auzit prin geam. Băiatul tău vrea să se
Your son
sinucidă.
wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be thrown in jail. I can't let that happen. I won't.
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs. Goswick.
Foarte
But
ciudată
don't you
lege.
realize your silence significantly affects your son's case?
All my son needs is help and comprehension, not judgment and punishment for what he may or may not have done.
Ciudată lege. Dacă vrei să te sinucizi și nu reușești, ajungi la închisoare. De ce? De fapt știu de ce. Religie și de-astea pe vremea aia. Da. Din același motiv pentru care în anumite țări poți ajunge la închisoare dacă ești homosexual. În ziua de astăzi. Da. Ok, la revedere.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Ia, stai să vorbim cu tine. Aici.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
Bună seara.
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Cât de dureros
How
e gâtul
painful
tău.
is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Trebuie să comunicăm
I'm sure you
cumva.
realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not
Nu vrei
just
să
your
vorbești.
throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Ok. Despre
Why did your mother
hospitalizare.
have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Ești în mâini bune.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Te deranjează
Is your
mama?
mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Ok, atunci nu o să loc să plece. Și întrebări personale. Spunem despre
Tell
tine
me
mai
about
întâi.
yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Ok, nu vrei să vorbești. De ce ai încercat să te
Admit it,
ucizi
Mortimer.
atunci? Sinucizi.
Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right then.
Așa.
This is the first time we've really shared information about your case. Shall we call this progress?
Call it what you want, Dr. Reed.
Poți să ai
You
încredere în
can
mine.
trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your health.
I guess I should thank you then.
Poți să te ajut
Can
cumva?
I help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after my death. But I suppose she doesn't have to read it now.
I see. And is this letter still near the place where you tried to take your own life?
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then perhaps we'll talk.
Ok.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Mai avem încă o investigație.
Waste your time with me.
Ok. Tu ai fatigue. Încă am vorbit cu restul lumii. Hai să vedem despre chestia asta lui Milton. A zis că a lăsat un pacient în spate aici undeva. Oh.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Ok. Nu e bună. Dăm sângele tău. Au. Au, au. 3 pe mine. Sânge. Sânge, sânge. Putem să sânge. Așa. Haide. Mor cu asta. Așa. Eram aproape să o bag pe mânecă, dar până la urmă am reușit să... Aici ce e aici? Ok. Ok. Nu spune asta e ce căutam. O fotografie. Pipa și Milton. Ah,
So,
sunteți împreună.
Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are
Interesant.
related. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Interesant. Shotgun. Shotgun shells. Ok. Acum pot să-i duc înapoi. Mă întreb decât dacă mai era cineva cu care puteam să vorbesc. Aha, uite, e un doctor.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding?
Ah, da.
I should investigate.
Ok. O să investighez și treaba asta. Bună seara.
It's locked, all right.
Hai să
Good
vorbesc cu
evening.
tine întâi.
I'm Dr. Reed. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean? You used to be a doctor.
Da.
Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Ok. Lucrezi
Do you
singur
work
aici?
here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
De ce trebuie să
Why do
vezi?
you have to watch these bodies?
Because
Trebuie să
these poor
supraveghezi.
fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing.
Aha.
Sadly,
În caz că vine
very
cineva
rarely
să-
happens.
De ce s-a închis
Why
morg-
close the hospital's
morga?
main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Ah. Am înțeles. Ne-am mai întâlnit
Have
înainte
we met
cumva?
before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Da.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago.
Ups.
You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Da, e foarte... E ok acum. Nu mai are nicio problemă. Nu ți-e frică de moarte?
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
Da, majoritatea
An
lumii e...
interesting point of view.
Le e frică
And
de
quite
așa
an
ceva.
exotic one, too. Most people fear or at least have a respect for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
Cum ai reușit să iei slujba asta?
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Ok, interesant. Întrebări personale. Ești un
A
pawnbroker.
pawnbroker. I expect you get all
Amanet.
types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of
Amanetor?
people. For I sell all
Amanetar?
kind of goods.
Cine vine să facă trade
Who
cu tine?
comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
Da,
I'm
nu e
very
chiar
cautious,
igienic.
sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
ești foarte naiv. Ce vinzi?
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Ok. Crezi în viața de moarte?
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No, I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality
Cuvinte
as a concept?
I don't think so.
înțelepte.
Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
De ce
Do
bunătatea
you
trebuie
really
să
believe goodwill cannot
dispară?
last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be
Poate.
helpful, sir.
Quite
Sau poate
depressing,
nu.
wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
Ironic că eu n-am... De fapt, am murit și mi-am pierdut umanitatea și am devenit vampir. Are dreptate, da. Deci ești pregătit
So
să
you're
mori
ready
sau
to
ce?
die?
No, I'm
No.
not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
Da,
You're a
asta e
wise man,
adevărat.
Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed, I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Ok. Mi-a făcut plăcere să vorbesc cu tine. Da, arată-mi
Please show me
ce,
what you have
arată-mi
to
ce
sell.
vinzi.
Of course.
Ca
It's
să
just
știu ca
trinkets and
idee.
curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Vinzi o formulă, dar n-am bani. Fantastic. Am ceva care să vând. Am câte ceva, dar nu-i suficient. Hai, mai dăm ceva. Nu știu ce aș vrea să vând dintre astea. Nu prea vreau să vând nimic. Hai să vând, nu știu, 5. Și să vând și astea câteva. 4. Ei, acum pot să-mi iau formula, vreau formula de la tine. Dă-mi formula asta. Bun. Perfect. Mulțumesc. Bun. Acum hai să vedem, cred că în direcția asta sau prin zona asta e undeva. Cine urmărește pe... cum o chema? Thelma Hawking. Nu Hawking. Hawcraft. Vedem ce ne urmărește pe Thelma. Urmărește degeaba, că săraca are probleme mentale. Da. Hai să investigăm.